Welcome to day 5 of the 12 Days of Command. Today we'll be covering the agent sites as well as landing pages, and then in tomorrow's video you'll learn all about your branded KW app. Let's take a look. Command gives you the ability to build a personalized website that's also connected to the MLS system, allowing users to search for all of the active properties right from your own site. In addition to that, it's integrated directly with Command, so anyone who signs up for an account on your site will automatically be added as a lead in your Command database. And there's some really nice tracking features so you can see exactly what they're looking at on your website. So stay tuned for that. So to set up your agent website, you're going to go to the Consumer Applet, which is the very bottom icon on the left-hand side toolbar. And in this section is where you can manage all of your consumer-facing portions of Command. This includes your agent website, landing pages, your KW app, etc. What's really nice is they've simplified the creation of your website by using a guide, and we call it the Kelly Guide. So when you click on Site and App Settings here at the top, this will bring you into your settings, and you're going to click on Learn More with Kelly Guides. Then you will check off Agent Site and click Continue, which will bring you into the guide. It's going to give you an overview of what's included, and we'll click Get Started and Acknowledge and Continue. The Kelly Guide consists of 3 sections. First is your subdomain, which is where you choose the link that will link to your website. Then you choose the style and theme, so your appearance, and then some content, so we'll create some pages for that website. Now on the right-hand side, this is where we can start setting up the site, and on the left-hand side is where you'll see a preview. So the very first one here is your subdomain, so you're going to choose the link that actually directs to your site. Okay, so choose your link, click Claim Domain, and that will tell you if it's available by saying, "Congrats, you've claimed your subdomain." Next, we have marketing profile information, and as long as you filled out your marketing profile in your settings, as we did in day 1 of this series, this will all already be filled out and you won't need to do anything here. But you can edit it here if there's anything you need to change. So let's click Save and Continue to go to the next step, which is our style and theme. And this allows you to choose whether you want your buttons, links, and the KW logo at the top to be red or dark. Then we have our homepage text, so you can see right above the search function we have Start Your Search. Maybe I want it to say Find Your Dream Home. You can put whatever you like there. And lastly in this section is your hero image. So that's the big image of the neighborhood you're seeing behind the Find Your Dream Home and the search. And the site will come preloaded with 5 of these in a slideshow format. So you can change them. I do recommend uploading your own photos just so it's a little more personal. So you can click the trash can here to delete the ones that are there and then upload your own. So click Save and Continue and move on to the next, which is Content. And this is where you can add some additional pages to your site. So if I click on Navigation here, you'll see those 3, which are Company Profile, About Me, and Contact Us. And the really nice thing about this company profile page is it doesn't have to be a company profile. It's a nice spot to put some content in there. Maybe you do the buying process and the selling process. It's just somewhere where you can put some content in that adds some value to your consumers. You'll also see this search engine optimization section, which is how the site is going to appear on Google. So this page title is if this page shows up in a Google search, that's what the title will be. And then you have your URL slug, which is essentially going to create the link to this specific page. So for example, now this page would be jessicadort.kw.com/workingwithjess. Then there's the SEO description, which is just somewhere that you can put some keywords in so that you are more likely to appear in a Google search. So we'll move on to the content section now, which is where you can actually go through and put in the content that you want to appear on this page. So I can change the title of the page up here at the top under Page Header. I can also change the image right under that if I want to. Then we have our intro paragraph, which is right here at the top. And then it goes through the different sections. So section 1, headline, paragraph, and photo can be edited here. Then we have section 2. And then your footer down at the bottom. So let's click continue to go on to the next page we're setting up, which is the About Me page. And again, this is all pulling from the marketing profile. We do have the SEO section here where you can change that URL again, like I mentioned in the last one. And then you have the content, which is just pulling from your marketing profile. And you can edit it here if you need to, but it should all be correct if your marketing profile is filled out. I'm just updating my role here. Perfect. And we'll click continue. The final page is Contact Me. We can customize this intro paragraph here if there's something you want to add, as well as your message hint, which is just some faded text that shows up in the message before someone starts to type their message to you. Just gives them some suggestions on some things that you may be wondering about. So we'll click Save and Continue at the bottom to finish off the Kelly Guide, and then you'll know it's done when you see this screen. So you can click Manage Sites to get back to Command right here in the middle, which will bring you back to your consumer section. So it'll usually take a few minutes for your agent site to be configured, so once it is, you will see a banner at the top. But until then, you can go into your site and app settings again just to see all the different things that you can change without having to go through the guide again. So we can change that hero text, the images, and there's also a feature for registration. So you have the ability to force people to register on your site in order to see properties. You can choose between unrestricted, 10, 2, or no properties. We have the app landing page text, virtual tours, and then at the bottom there are some things you'll want to fix. So under preferences here, we do have an option to display Keller covered on the site, which is not something that we have here in Canada, so you're going to want to disable that. And then just make sure to click Save Changes at the bottom. The next section of the settings is the URLs, so this is where you can see and edit your domain for the site, and you can also see your app link, which we'll be talking about the app tomorrow. Then you have a featured listings section, so if you do have any listings that you want to feature on your site, they have to be your listings, you can click Select here, then just make sure to click Show All Listings, not only my listings, and that will pull up all of the listings on MLS, and you can search property address, MLS number, etc. You can also change your theme right from here, so you can choose to switch to red or dark. And then you have your navigation, so this is where you change the order of the pages on your site. So this is what the agent site looks like. Here I can search for any area, so I'll just put in Bedford, Nova Scotia, and click Search, which is going to bring up all of the properties within that search area. You can zoom out on the map and move it around to see other areas as well. And it will also show you any open houses that are coming up just by looking for this little green calendar icon. If you click it, it will bring you down to that property. Along the top, you have some filters like the status, price, type, beds and baths, and there's some other ones as well under the More tab. But let's scroll up and choose a property to look at. So we're looking at this property. We've got all the images, the details, features, the map, commute times, upcoming open houses, and the mortgage payment calculator. What's nice about directing people to this site versus Realtor.ca is that it's all linked to you, even if it's not your listing. And so if someone's looking at this property and they're interested and they click Ask Your Agent, that lead is going to you. So I'm going to sign up on my own site as a consumer just so you can see what that looks like and how the tracking works. I'm going to pop back over to Command now, and this is where you will see a notification on your bell icon that you have someone new on your agent's site, and you can click that notification to open up the lead. And here we are. So you can see up beside my name, it is marked as a lead, and this check mark indicates that they are connected to my agent's site. And if you look over on the right-hand side, you'll see the timeline, and it's going to show you all of the properties that this person looked at, when they logged into your site. If they contact you and want to make a viewing, it will show that there as well. So this just gives you some really good talking points when you reach out to that contact about the properties that they're interested in. So we're going to head back to the Consumer tab now and take a quick look at landing pages, which are pages you can create for marketing purposes that are separate from your website. So it's a standalone page, it's not linked to your site in any way, and they're typically used to capture lead information. So we're going to click on Create a New Page, and you'll see two options, either on your agent site or as a landing page. So we're looking to create a landing page separate from our site, so we're going to click that and click Create Page. Now you'll see on the right-hand side, we have some widgets that we can add, and you add them just by clicking and dragging onto the big white block on the left, which is where your site will start to be built. So we'll put our branded header, which again is pulling from our marketing profile. I can add a listing if this was maybe an open house, or if I just did an ad for a listing and I want to only feature that listing. This page will allow me to do that. Then I can add some other things like the lead form, which is a contact form where someone can fill out their information and they'll be added to your database. And then once you've added all the widgets you want on the page, you're going to go to the bottom right and click Configure Widgets. First is the listing, so we're going to browse listings and search for the property address at the top, and then just click Select when you find the correct one. You'll get to choose the header image of the page, and then click Save and Apply at the bottom. Now you can see on the left-hand side that property information has started to populate in my landing page. And once it's complete, just go to the top right, click Publish Page, and then update it. Then it will direct you back to your consumer applet, and just click Landing Pages at the top, and you'll see your link here. Now I can view my landing page. This is what it will look like. I have all of the listing photos here to browse through and all of the details. What's really nice about these is it makes the sellers feel like you spent the time to build a custom site just for their property, but it didn't take very much time at all. So that's it for agent sites and landing pages. Tomorrow we'll be continuing with the consumer section, but it will be all about the consumer app. See you then.